So here in exercise 19, we are supposed to take this green expression, 1 over sine of x times cosine of x, minus cotangent of x, and write it only in terms of cotangent of x. So the only trig function that we can have in our final answer is the cotangent of x. So that's our goal. And we're going to use our trig identities to try and achieve that. So it's going to be a little crazy the way we do this, but what I'm going to do is break this into two pieces. I'm going to make it a 1 over sine of x times a 1 over cosine of x. And to make it into a cotangent, I need to have a cosine of x up here on top. But I don't have it there, right? Right now it's just that red 1. I can put a cosine of x there, but I have to balance it out by dividing by cosine of x as well. This is called multiplying by a form of 1. So I haven't changed this part of the expression. I made it look different, but the value is the same. I just multiplied by cosine of x over cosine of x. But now this guy is a cotangent. Now, before I go and rewrite that next line, don't forget there's still a minus cotangent of x over here. That expression's okay, it's already in terms of cotangent of x. So now let's rewrite what we have here and see if we can write this just in terms of cotangent of x. So check it out. The blue circle that I mentioned there, that is a cotangent of x. I have a 1 over cosine of x here and a 1 over cosine of x here. That's 1 over cosine squared of x, which I'm going to write as secant squared of x, because the reciprocal identity is that cosine of x is 1 over secant and secant's 1 over cosine. So now we are very close to having this just in terms of cotangent of x. The only thing I still need to deal with is the secant squared of x. Well, you'll notice that each of these terms has a cotangent of x factor. So I'm going to factor out a cotangent of x. And then what that leaves me is the secant squared x minus 1, right? When I factor out that cotangent. And this thing right here is one of our Pythagorean identities. This is actually a tangent squared of x. So now I have this cotangent of x times the tangent squared of x. I've run out of screen, so I'm going to move over to the next slide and I'll finish working on that expression. Cotangent of x times tangent squared of x. So now we just have to simplify this expression, cotangent of x times tangent squared of x. Well, I'm going to break this into pieces. This is cotangent of x times tangent of x times tangent of x. I just broke up the tangent squared into two tangents. And since these are reciprocals, they are going to cancel out and make a 1. Cotangent of x times tangent of x is just a 1. So now I have a tangent of x, which looks pretty awesome, except that wasn't our job. Our job was not to write this expression in terms of tangent of x. Our job was to write it in terms of cotangent of x. So I have to do one more step to turn this tangent of x into a cotangent of x. Remember that tangent and cotangent are reciprocals. So if I want to change cotangent into terms of, if I want to change the tangent of x into terms of cotangent of x, I simply have to write it as a reciprocal. And so the final expression, just in terms of cotangent of x, is 1 over cotangent of x. So that original expression that we started with can be rewritten as 1 over cotangent of x. I actually like saying tangent of x better, but we weren't asked to do that. We were asked to write it in terms of cotangent of x. And so, whoops. And so this is the expected answer. Okay, again, like I said, these are tricky and it takes trial and error before you end up in the right place. But after working many of these problems and getting experience, you'll start to get better at it. So be patient with yourself, be patient with me, and keep working. If you need me for anything, you know where to find me. Take care.